Sometimes do you feel or you express your frustration, or maybe you get annoyed because you have the inability to change something or achieve something? Is that you? You frustrated? Are you stomping your foot like a little kid? I can't have this. Well, guess what? We know why you can't have what you want. We know why you're frustrated. It's called an unprocessed trapped emotion. What is that? Well, stay with us, and today you're going to understand this level of frustration can be eliminated by one of us today on the Emotion Code Bro Show. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Loge. I'm here every Friday with John. We are the Emotion Code Bro Show, live 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Today is 111, episode 111. Today, if you're feeling or you express frustration, we want to help. So, good morning to you, John.
Good morning. Yes, my name is John Inverarity. I'm certified emotion code, certified body code practitioner. And yeah, like Michael said, we're here every Saturday, not Fridays, Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And yeah, this is really popular topic. We've had a lot of interest in this already, frustrated, and it's super simple. So yeah, we're excited to help a couple people today with this.
Well, we helped a lot of people last week. Last week was the first time we did kind of more than 2 or 3 people. Like it was a quick fix last week. What are your reminder friends what we covered last week?
Yeah, it was on indecisive or wishy-washy. And you worked with 2 or 3 people. I worked with 2 people or 3 people. And
we were like
yes,
the drive-thru at McDonald's last week.
yeah,
Synchronized emotion code sessions. We were like a clinic. Next. One day in my head there'll be a clinic where people go see, and there'll be those little voting booths. There'll be a whole lineup, and the little sign will come up. Next, this line up for food, this line up for kids, this line up for your horse. I'm not kidding.
now serving number 84.
Why do I know that? Well, last week I introduced everybody to the menu. Because sometimes people hire us through a recommendation and say, oh, you know what, John really helped my horse. And all of a sudden, well, guess what? You're the horse whisperer. And they go and they don't know all the things that we work on. And sometimes we've been telling people to bring a list. We've been saying it forever. Well, is 2 items a list? Well, I guess it is. Well, I want more than 2 items. So on my website, removetrapped.emotion.com, here is a menu of the things that I've had extreme success with using the emotion code. And it's a list. You can print that off or use it as your guide and kind of plan a session. I'm suggesting 5 to 7 items, and then when we meet, we can figure out how much of those 5 to 7 items, if all of them, we can do in a meeting. What is it? Well, it is called the emotion code. So, John, let's, before we talk about that, let's go out and welcome our friends that have joined us already. Please go ahead.
Let's do that. Yeah. So, good morning, Green Beach Murray. She's here, says good morning. And Doug Collins is here, says, hey, bros. Dolene Majors here.
Yes, well, Doug Collins has an update for us today if he's wanting to share it. I worked with him on Monday. Well, a little sidebar. Inside of my business growth club for practitioners, every week I film an emotion code session that I have with the client and put it in there, and the client knows it because they're saying hello. They're saying, hello, business growth club members, right? So I'm not privately doing it. And I'm showing the growth club members the 3 things that are really important in my head about running this kind of business are right here. John, for our podcast friends, what does it say?
It says fast, effective, and efficient.
That's right. So the last session I did was that I filmed for the group was me filming a session with Doug, and if he's wanting to share it with this group, Doug, tell people what I worked on, how long it took, and what the results are 5 days later. Okay, good. Dolene's joined us today. Christine Bottoms Robinson. Oh, that's such a come on down name, right? Very Price is Right. I love a triple word name. Who else, John?
I love it. Yeah, Maya Sadarangani. Good afternoon from NH, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Or it's a country code we don't know about, but.
Julia M. S. Good morning, Michael Lozier and John Inverarity from New Westminster.
Okay, Julia's with us. Lori from Lori from Vegas is with us.
Jen Kenny Hendry, good morning. Episode 111 and 1101. Very nice.
There you go. You know, John, do you remember the time I did the Hangout show on the myth busting for Law of Attraction?
Yeah, it's done. It's
And,
done.
everything was pretty tongue in cheek about some of the expressions people have. And I was so fired up that day. And it was probably the show that got the most comments from people. They weren't rude, but I really challenged some people. So
Yeah.
I just want to play off of this 1111, right? And somebody kept saying, well, every time we see 1111, that's the universe giving us a sign about something. And I said, well, first, the universe doesn't give signs. The universe is matching vibration. So that shut that down. And then they said, but I keep seeing 1111. And you know why you keep seeing 1111? Everybody get ready to write this down. Here's the real reason you keep seeing 1111. Because you're checking your watch at 1111. That's why you see it. There we go. So, Jen, good morning. Kareem Beach Murray saying that's cool. And our friend Sylvie, sunny evening in London. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Now, John, I'm reading all the good mornings. We love that. But you know what? We're looking for work. We are looking for work. We are looking for two people. Tell them what they need to do to be the chosen one today.
Well, yeah. Okay, so you need to be super frustrated about something.
Michael, get started already. If you're screaming at the TV because we haven't, or the screen because we haven't got started, raise your hand.
Yeah. We're just getting caught up on comments too, so there might be some in there already, some volunteers that we haven't got to yet. We acknowledge that. However,
listen, if you're new to the Bro Show and you have a discussion with us, you'll move to the front of the line. Okay, Christine is saying acrylic dirty pour. It's P-O-U-R. And I was watching, I'm following Rosie O'Donnell, and she does 3 or 4 of these paintings a day and sells them for charity for about $300. And I thought, oh, I really like one for the charity, and it's so me, it's so my style. I'll make it right. So it's called acrylic dirty pour. P-O-U-R is in pouring it, and even put cup, C-U-P, and tell me what you think. Oh, there's my friend Julia, who's an artist. She would know. Trust me, dirty pours are fun, but very messy. Hashtag, I'm going to send this to my friend. You might look for some paint and pour evenings at your local community centers. We offer them on a New West Artist Gallery, New Westminster. I want to be there. Listen, I live on Gilligan's Island. I was lucky to get the paint supplies here, okay? Never mind a dirty pour at a community center. But, Julia, if I'm going to come to Vancouver at any time, I would love to make a mess in somebody else's house or studio. Okay, John, a couple more comments.
Yeah, we have Elaine Goldman's here. It says, good morning, Michael John. Yeah, Elaine's a long-time viewer. Kelly Carson's here, kind of here, she says. Lori Mayo says, I want to volunteer. Yeah. See who else. Sue Green's here, says, hi, you guys.
Did you read Elaine Goldman's comments?
No, just good morning from Elaine.
Okay. We've worked with her before, and if we don't have another volunteer, we'll put, so Elaine Goldman, long-time viewer. I'm frustrated when long-time customers don't return phone calls.
Oh, there you go. Lori Mail says, I'm frustrated. I can't give up Pepsi soda. And I can.
Have you tried to give up Pepsi, or just frustrated because you can't? Let us know if you tried to give up Pepsi. If you did, you didn't do it with me. Okay? Better watch what I say. If you tried to get rid of Pepsi with the motion code and you didn't get rid of Pepsi, then you didn't do it with me. I'm hoping. Okay, Elaine, I wrote that down. Wendy Matthews, our friend from Ottawa, has joined us. Hey, Wendy.
Here. Permelia Parham's here. Says, good morning, bros. Happy to be here watching from a cloudy Parksville. Also on Gilligan's Island.
Welcome, Permelia. Marie Beach Murray, she is going to see Dr. Brad Nelson in Calgary after this show.
Ooh.
How fun is that? I guess he's ended up booking 2 seminars. The first one sold out.
Yeah.
We're doing another one tomorrow, so that's very exciting. We'd love to have more in Canada. So I wonder if I should bring him to Victoria. It's so hard for people to get here. It's not hard. It's just a big, even for you to come here, you can't really come to Victoria for the day. Well, you can, but it's really taxing, right? By the time you get to the ferry, take the ferry, get off the ferry, it's hard to come to Victoria for the day. So it's an overnighter. So
Well, you know
anyway,
what? Dr. Brad's a pilot. He flies like himself he has a
well,
plane.
no, I'm not talking about Dr. Brad's inconvenience. I'm talking about people wanting to come's inconvenience. Okay, refocus. Okay, Kareem
Okay.
Beach Murray, have fun. Tell them the bros said hello and we love them to Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so John, yeah, I had a great week here with Emotion Code clients. And if you're watching for the very first time, we were talking about the book from Dr. Bradley Nelson. John and I are both certified Emotion Code practitioners, and we work over the phone or on Skype or even by text if you want to, depending what the scenario is. I worked with a guy this week who sent me his list, and it was very intimate, and we worked on he goes, I think I want to work on the phone, and I get that. And even at the end of the call, after I removed all of his feelings about the whole conversation, he said, and he had some more sessions, he said, so if I want to use the video, he's kind of saying how to do that. And I said, yeah. So he went from the discomfort of having to have these conversations. I removed all the feelings, and it's like, okay, now we can, it's like, so if you don't want to talk to us or see us in person or on the video, we'll accommodate that for sure. And if you are in Victoria, I've got a big Emotion Code meetup group coming September 26th here in Victoria. You can go to meetup.com and you can check it out there, or just direct message me and I'll put you on the list. It's Helena and I. Helena, she's another Emotion Code practitioner. We have a meetup group here. We do what John do, the 7 keys. And because it's our first one of the season, that sounded so ABC and BC. It's the first one of the season because we took the summer off. We are going to work with 6 or 7 people, usually work with 2. So hashtag bring your pain. So John, let's, why don't I work with Elaine? We'll narrate the Emotion Code process, and then we'll see if there's any more. Or is there any more?
We have Lori Mail frustrated about giving up Pepsi, and she has actually said she's worked with 2 practitioners, but would like to try you. Hey, Elaine Goldman, update. July 29th, made 2 years since I had a Diet Coke. Remember, it was Elaine. It was on the Bro Show too. It was like episode 2.
I was going to say she must have been one of the first shows that we need to do another food show. So let's say that again. 2 years ago, Elaine Goldman, our friend that's live, joined one of the first shows in the chat like you guys are today. And was it Pepsi or Coke?
It was Diet Coke. It was like the 2 liters,
yeah,
right?
It was the worst of the Cokes, right? Diet Coke. She hasn't had any in 2 years. Really? Yeah. We love that. Thank you for the story.
Okay, so yeah, let's get right into it here. I'll work with Laurie Mayo on frustrated about not giving up Pepsi. And you're going to work with.
Yeah, so John, why don't you start and I'll narrate the process. We want to be nice and efficient today, so I'll narrate the process. So John is the practitioner and he's going to become the proxy for Lori Mayo. You notice we don't have to be in person, you don't have to be connected, but he does need her permission. Like in other words, for John to be able to connect with someone's subconscious mind, it's like a password, And Lori's saying, yeah, John and I are in one, but he doesn't know my password. You know what the password is? Yes, you can connect with me. So John's going to be using muscle testing. And when his muscles lock up, that means it's a yes answer. So he's going to connect with Lori, with Lori, and find out more about this problem.
Absolutely.
And then he's going to be using muscles to scan this chart. And when his conscious mind sees or feels it, boom, that one right there, or this one, or this one. When his fingers lock up, that means he found the right one. And then, John, the magic begins. What happens when you find it?
We clear it out or delete it. So we take a magnet
clear it out,
and we swipe it over. the head.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then, when people are feeling frustrated, it is possible that it could be just the emotion of frustration. And that's an unprocessed trapped emotion from a previous event when you were frustrated, anybody was frustrated, and you never processed it. You never kicked the can, you never swore, you never got ticked off or peed off. You just bottled it up. And that bottling, unprocessed trapped emotion is frustration, and it's inside of you. And then there's something that triggers that unprocessed trapped emotion, and then it flares up. Hashtag Captain Obvious, now you're frustrated. So John, you can begin the session. Got the big picture. Again, we're talking about the emotion code, Dr. Brad's book. John has a chart in front of him.
I've got a chart right here. Got the book. Yeah, so I've already connected up to Lori Mayo in Las Vegas. So I'm in Vancouver, Canada. She's in Vegas. The severity of this frustration that she can't give up Pepsi is a 6 out of 10. And I see frustration as kind of like a gateway emotion to other emotions. And in that, the more frustrated you are, the more like desperate and unworthy you feel about something. So in other words, like frustration, it in law of attraction terms, it reinforces the lack. So it leads to other emotions, right? So a trapped emotion we can identify and clear to reduce and eliminate this frustration about not being able to give up Pepsi. There is a trapped emotion. Column A, A2, 4, 6. Is it frustration? No, it's actually disgust. Is it disgust or despair? No, it's actually despair. They're right beside each other. Okay, need to know more about despair? No, we can clear despair out. Yeah. Despair is somewhat similar to frustration, but I'd say it's like a lower vibration. Another trapped emotion, creating this frustration about not being able to give up Pepsi. Yeah. Resentment. Clear out that resentment. I've got a magnet on the back of my chart here. Clear resentment. It's cleared.
Well, interesting, John, because I just finished Elaine's session,
Yeah.
and you would think that frustration would come up, but it wasn't. It was resentment. So these are
Huh.
the two emotions. She was saying, I'm feeling frustrated that my long-term clients never show. So right off the bat, I said, oh, it's probably a trapped emotion of frustration. It wasn't even one of them. There was two
Yeah.
of them. One of them was taken for granted. Kind of makes sense. And
Feeling
the other one
ignored.
was resentment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking her for granted. They're not returning her phone calls like, hey, what are you doing? Don't take me for granted kind of thing. That
Yeah.
emotion and then resentment, I cleared them both, and now her frustration's down to a 0. So
Wow.
that's an important note for practitioners and us to hear too. It's like, it's not always the feeling we think. Our conscious mind is frustrated, but you were really resentment. You were really resenting and taken for granted.
Resenting
Give me some
people.
feedback about that and see if that sounds
Yeah.
true.
And then, yeah, with law of attraction, right? Like if you resent someone and you're holding that intention towards someone about not
Yeah.
calling you back, do you think they're going to call you?
Yeah, they can only match it. They can't buck it. That's BUCK space it. Buck
Yeah, I got it.
it. Of
I mean,
course.
inherited unworthy. So I'll explain inherited for our new
Yeah.
viewers. Inherited means you're born with it. So it's an emotion that an ancestor or parent or ancestor created, trapped, and passed it on to you. And it's something that you've lived with and have had your entire life. And this specifically is inherited unworthy. Father's side. Do we need to know more? No, so let's clear that now. So clearing inherited unworthy. A few more swipes of the magnet. A little more intention to clear those. Clear that now. And that's cleared. Yep. Okay. Just keep going here with Lori Mayo. Another trapped emotion. Creating this frustration, or we can identify and clear to reduce and eliminate this frustration about not giving up Pepsi. I'm muscle testing with my hands here. They're just down in my lap. No. So 0. Yeah. Done. And you're on someone else?
I did. I just finished with our friend Julia from New West. She's an artist, so this will make sense. I'm frustrated when the artists want to organize shows, but they don't respond to our emails with the requests for the details, or They don't give us the information we need. I'm frustrated with picking up the pieces after someone says they'll do something. Oh, and on and on. I get it. And interestingly enough, her two trapped emotions didn't include frustration. Guess what they included? Resentment and
Resentment?
taking for granted. The
Huh.
same thing. So yeah, like when you really understand the definition of the emotion, so resentment, of course you'd resent that. You're trying to present something, help somebody with the artwork, and you're resenting that they're not all over the idea and making it happen. And then taking for granted the same thing. It's like, hey, listen, I can help you build your business, and you're taking for granted because you're not getting the work done. So Julia, you can hold your head up high now and know that you won't be frustrated with that anymore. But John talked about it earlier. Here's the trap Julia was in and everybody else. In her frustration, which is resentment and taken for granted, that people aren't responding when they would need to, now she's sending that vibe. It's not what she wants, but she's observing what she's getting. And in the observation about what you're getting causes you to have the two emotions of resentment and taken for granted. And then when you have the vibration of resentment and taken for granted, the law of attraction can't buck that current, it can only match it. And then it sends you more of the same experience where you get more resentment. And then you say, I'm so frustrated. But guess what? I broke that cycle today. You're not sending the vibration of resentment and taken for granted anymore. So you can't attract it. It'd be against the law.
Huh.
Against the law of attraction. Julia, I know you join us on Saturdays. Keep us updated about any change that you experience as a result of today's show.
Yeah, wow. Great.
Okay. Yeah, so here's Julia, that woman I just worked on, our artist friend. Thanks for that clarification. I can see that I have a great deal of resentment for having to do someone else's work. Yeah, high five, sister. This frustration is level 10 with people I work with, and I give you permission to help me get rid of this frustration. Oh, Julia, that was so 4 minutes ago. That's done. Done, done, done. And she probably typed that before I finished her session.
Right, yeah.
Our friend Sheldon Foster from Baltimore, our friend Paul Brent from BC is joining us, and anybody
Nice.
else that I might not have seen, John, you can fresh too at your end.
Sheldon, yeah. Julia. Lynn, just saying hello to Lynn here. I'm not too sure if you saw her. Finally made it to a live show. Happy morning from the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. Yeah.
Let's work on Lynn. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to do that? Lynn Gregerson.
Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's Washington
Um,
State. We're just north of her. If you're in the United States, you know where Washington State is. We're just north of that. I'm on Gilligan's Island on the coast, and John's in the Big Smoke in Vancouver area. So here's what Lynn says. Frustration at a level 10 with two men I work with that leave work messes many times a day for me to take care of. So tired. So our
oh,
friend Lynn, she's in Washington. She's given John permission. She's done. She sounds like she's watched the show, but she knows what the rule. We need her permission. We need the severity. She's at the 10. It's two men at work. She's frustrated about that. John is connecting with her right now with her permission. And
connect up.
why don't you give us a verbal walkthrough, John?
Yep. So I am connected to Lynn. I'm muscle testing here. My fingers. Good connection here, Lynn. Proxy. So severity of this frustration with these two men at work. It is a 10. So is there trapped emotion creating this frustration that we can identify? Clear to reduce and eliminate this level of frustration with these two messy men. Yeah, is it in column A? Got a no. B odd, no. B4. Standard, no. Inherited. Is it taken for granted? No, it's panic. Inherited panic. Other side. There's that
John's
panic.
scanning the chart right now, and his muscles are telling him which one. He just identified it. There's a magnet on the back of his little chart, and the magnet and the intention dilutes or dilates. No, deletes. Dilates.
Vaporizes.
The emotion, yeah, vaporize it. It's like a magnet on the old floppy disk thing. It just goes away.
Cleared. Yeah. Panic. All right, another trapped emotion we can identify and clear here, Lynn. Yeah. Okay, it's an A3. Discouragement. Clear that out.
Yeah.
Cleared. Yeah, another trapped emotion, Lynn. Yeah. Also inherited. Overwhelm. From mom. Overwhelm. Clear that.
Our friend Jennifer Towner is watching, so John's just in the process of a session. Jody's going to let us know in our next meeting.
Severity's 3 out of 10 now. So another trapped
Oh,
emotion.
picking away at it.
Yeah.
I got a quick update from Michelle while you're working there. Michelle Anderson, thank you, Michael, for releasing the need to have chips, snacks, and now even bread. But allergies are still an issue. They are horrid here in our area.
Huh.
Did we work on your allergies? Let me know if we worked on your allergies. If not, then it shouldn't be in those comments. So until it's new. I want to hear the successes. Chips, snacks, and bread, all done, but allergies are still an issue. My hunch is I didn't work on your allergies, but do let us know. Okay, I'm just scanning up. Our friend Kelly Carson, she had to take 2 ferries to come see me before, so we appreciate you, Kelly Carson.
Huh. Yeah. I'm all done with Lori. No, not Lori. Lynn. Lynn and Lori I worked on.
Good stuff. A quick note to Sue Green. She said, I need to get certified in emotion code. I have done a video that talks about how to prepare yourself to take the training with my help and Dr. Brad's course, of course. If you're inside my Facebook group, my emotion code Facebook group, there's a video there with a worksheet, kind of a planner, like where do you get started? What do you do? What do you do when you need when you need to get people to work on and so on? There's a whole process. So Sue, if you haven't found it inside my Facebook group, private message me and I'll find that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle saying we worked on her seasonal allergies.
Needs another round.
Margaret Metelko, Charlesville. Hello from Gran Canaria, AM on holiday. I'm usually listening from Ireland. I don't even know where Gran Canaria is. I'd be embarrassed about that. Let me see if I have the trapped emotion of embarrassment for not knowing where that country is. Or is it a country?
Vacation. Canary.
Okay.
I'm guessing Canary Islands.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Listen, I live on Gilligan's Island. I don't even know where all the states are. When people tell me where they're from, if it's on the west coast or the east coast on the bottom, I know where it is. Stuff in the middle, a little confusing. Idaho? Sorry, I don't know where it is. North Dakota is above South Dakota, but I don't know where they are. Why couldn't it just be Dakota? North New York, South New York? Not sure why they did that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Enormous here says hi, bros. Norma Zambesco.
Hey, Norma. It's been a while. Nice to see you with us.
Margaret says my friend has eczema or eczema, depending on where you're from. Could this be from trapped emotions? And my answer would be yes, it could be from trapped emotions. I had eczema before, and it was all emotion code related. I did a bunch of sessions on it. It took a few sessions to clear up. With that being said, I've worked with other people with really bad eczema, and didn't quite get there either.
Yeah.
But have helped people with emotion code, body code with
Yeah.
eczema.
I want to say yes to that too, but when I'm working with like say somebody buys like 3 or 4 or 5 pack sessions with me, that's something we do every session. Like we revisit it. And remember, John, I had that little right inside my elbow. I had that real patch of whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you got rid of that. Like it's so faint now, I can hardly see that it's there.
Yeah, that took a few, right?
I was thinking, do I need creams and lotions and potions and patches and blah, blah, blah? And then I thought, no, you're Michael Loge. Need to do that. So then I called John. I said,
Skin
John,
is tough. Yeah.
Well, if there's an
Skin.
imbalance in the skin,
Yeah.
your skin's saying, hey, there's something here, and it doesn't, in all cases, in my case, it didn't need lotions and potions. John worked on it. It's still there a little bit, but it was red. It was like a map of the US there for a while. So we'd say yes, and again, it's same with when somebody wants to work with smoking or something. It's like it's usually like let's put a big dent in it in the first meeting, and we're going to let it settle because the subconscious mind says, hey, that's all you can do today. There's more, but I'm exhausted here.
Needs to
Not me,
process.
but the brain. So the
Yeah.
next meeting, when it's down to a 2 today. So yes to that, but ideally it would be a couple sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, you are right, John. Gran Canaria is part of the Canary Islands off the west coast of Africa, part of Spain. We love that. I always
Nice
wanted to
place
go
to vacation.
rent a place in Portugal, or I have no idea. I've never been there. I guess, yeah, something about that. This sounds good. Hey, our friend Carol Backwoods with us. North Dakota is below Manitoba. Yeah. See, it's easy in Canada. We have 10 places, 12 places to remember. So.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hey, update here from Lynn. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, watch the show and love you guys. Usually the recorded. Thanks so much for the work today. I completely agree how Michael explained that we continue to create these situations. I know this stuff, but it's so hard to shift when you are faced with it every day at work. Many thanks, John and Michael.
Hey, so for those of you that might be hearing about law of attraction for the first time, hashtag you're in the right room. I just want to do a little show and tell here because I have something, Some of you might not know I wrote the book Law of Attraction, sold 3 million copies in 37 languages, interviewed by Oprah Winfrey 4 times, had my own radio show on the Oprah Winfrey Network for a year, hashtag I'm the boss, okay? I also have 2 free Law of Attraction programs. They both come with workbooks. They're video. You can watch them on your phone or your desktop. One of them is called How to Reset Your Vibe, and the other one's called I practice law of attraction and it's not working for me. And I know you fit in one of those 2 categories. You can go to HangoutWithMichael.com under the Law of Attraction tab, sign up for the first course, which is How to Reset Your Vibes. And I promise you, I will change your thoughts and vibrations forever from that 130-minute training.
Yeah.
Okay, John, let's do one more refresh. So, John, let's talk about people that never worked with us before. Tell me how does it go down? Everything from visiting your website to, well, I've got John on the screen. Tell people what happens there.
Yeah, so step 1, you can go to our website. So I'm at aliveandpeer.com. It's written right below me here, and Michael's at removetrappedemotions.com. And so go there, and we have online scheduling. So click the button that says schedule here, and our calendars will open up. So pick a day that is available that matches up with you. You can set your time zone as well, and that links up to payment. And then we can send you a link for video if you want to do video like this. We can do that. If you want to do phone, we can do that as well. Sometimes people are really busy, so I work with people that are just, really busy at work or really busy with family. They just send me a list and said, hey, work on me, work on my husband, work on my daughter, work on my son, and just send a list of stuff, and we do that and just send them the notes. So there's no actual video or phone communication. It's just completely remote, so that's great as well. And just simple as that. That sums it up, I think.
Hey, listen, I worked with a guy last week from, I want to say Morocco, and he was on a flip phone. Now, a flip phone means there's no camera. So I said, are you going to enable the camera? He said, I'm on a flip phone, bro. And I said, a flip phone? So you got a flip phone? We
Cool.
can work with you too. Hey, Stephanie McLean is asking a question here. She said, I could really use some release of frustration and annoyance with my sister. It's kind of a lifelong issue, major lately, blah, blah. She goes on and on and on. So that's more than a 1-minute session. Stephanie, what I would recommend for you is print off this list. Definitely get a heart wall session because you have a heart wall with your sister. You say, she has no idea why she's mad at me. Well, we do. It's called an unprocessed trapped emotion that's collected around your heart that she's responding to. And if you want to get a different response from people, then you need to send a different vibration. If you want to send a different vibration, then you got to bring out the Big Bertha, which is the magnet, to release the heart walls that are causing you to have that relationship. I could correct many of these major issues in a 25-minute session. Print this off first, check off the heart wall, find a few other things. I'm doing a heart wall in 3 minutes. That's a full, legitimate heart wall. I'm identifying all the heart walls. Sometimes there's 60 of them or 30 of them or more, and I'm deleting them all one at a time. If you want to learn how to do that, because my goal is to teach practitioners, I'm mentoring 28 of them, how to be fast, effective, and efficient. If you sign up for my Business Growth Club, the first class is about the business card. The second class is about the 10-minute video. And if you sign up for that monthly, and you can cancel after you watch it if you want, but my hunch is you won't want to. As a bonus, I'm giving you how to do a 5-minute heart wall session. It'll change your entire practice. If you sign up for class 1, we are including that 5-minute heart wall training. And the 27 people I'm mentoring have all been using it and practicing it, and it's helped them become fast, efficient, and effective. And when you're those 3 things, you have repeat customers that are happy. Check it out. Okay, John explained how you guys can have an appointment. There's lots of conversations about the Grand Canaria. I love all that.
Yeah.
Have to do a little bit of research on that. So Stephanie, thanks for joining us from the Canary Islands. And John, we are working on a subject. Let's do food next week. We haven't done a food one for a while. Can we do that?
All right. Sure.
Okay. And maybe next week we'll do we'll do the drive-through next week. We'll do like 4 or 5 people. It's very easy. And then maybe Lori can come back with her Pepsi next week and find out where that's at.
I haven't seen Lori in the comments. I wonder if she's still watching live. If
Lori
she knows
may
how they
not
worked
have
on her.
saw her there.
Huh. We'll see. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It was a great show.
It was a good show. We got lots done. We helped lots of people. We let people know that we're available to help them in any way. We talked about how the emotion code. I think we did it. So thanks everybody for joining us. And we will talk to you next Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, here live on The Bro Show. If you're watching after the live show, still leave a comment either on YouTube or the blog or in the Facebook comments here, and we monitor them, and we'd love to hear from you. See you later, everybody.
Yeah, have a great week, everyone.